Welcome to my YouTube channel जिसका नाम है eTechno Mantra. In last video we are discuss about what is eTechno Mantra and what it will do. Also we discuss about the overview of our first course, that is embedded system. So from today onwards we are starting our course. So when you listen the word that is embedded system, what first question come into the mind? So first question is like, what is embedded system? So embedded system having a different definition. One generalized definition is like embedded system is a microprocessor or microcontroller based system along with the software designed to perform a specific task or functionality. Also another definition says that the embedded system is a combination of hardware and software which is designed to perform specific functionality or task. So we will see what is the combination of hardware and software and what is the functionality. We will take one example for home automation system, that is temperature based home automation system. So if we can see, we consider the two ranges of temperature like 20 degrees Celsius and 30 degrees Celsius. So if we see there is the temperature in between the 20 degree and 30 degree, then in this scenario on the fan, and if temperature goes above 30 degree, then in this scenario on AC. If the temperature go below 20 degree, then off both the equipment. So this is our logic. So to perform this logic cannot directly interface with our home equipment. अगर आपको ये लॉजिक परफॉर्म करना है तो ये डायरेक्टली आपके होम इक्विपमेंट के साथ इंटरेक्ट नहीं कर सकता है. सो टू परफॉर्म दिस लॉजिक, टू इंटरेक्ट दिस लॉजिक विथ आवर होम इक्विपमेंट, वी नीड सम हार्डवेयर. सो फॉर एग्जांपल, टू एनालाइज द टेम्परेचर वी नीड अ टेम्परेचर सेंसर. Then to perform this logic, to analyze this logic and to take action, we need a microcontroller. Then that's the thing, that's why the embedded system is a combination of software plus hardware. And what it will do, this design is perform a specific task or functionality. So the result of hardware and software is one task, that is a dedicated task one. For example, for this example, that is the logic is our software, that is sensor plus microcontroller is our hardware, and the result is according to room temperature equipment control. So that is the definition of embedded system. So based on this example, we can analyze the definition of embedded system. So embedded system is a combination of hardware and software which is designed to perform a specific task. So now I think so you are more clear with the definition what embedded system and what we can say that is a combination of hardware and software. So next question come into the mind. So what is the need of embedded system? This all is fine, this definition is fine, but what is the need of embedded system? So before discuss what is the need of embedded system, I remember one dialogue in one movie like that is 3 Idiot movie. हम मशीनों से घिरे हुए हैं. The same dialogue applicable here also कि हम embedded system से घिरे हुए हैं. If you can see, that is your mobile phone, your home TV, desktop, washing machine, ACs, your kitchen equipment like inductions, your home, car, each having a part of embedded system. In your car, if it is luxurious, there are near about 230 ECUs are there, 230 functionalities are there. So if you see, your outside number of embedded systems are present. So now if I define it, so that in general, embedded system is used to reduce human efforts, size, cost and required time to perform any task or functionality with the best performance, accuracy and reliability. That's why we use the embedded system. Now we can see this definition based on one example like washing machine. If you see in the washing machine, So before washing machine come into the market, we have wash our cloth by hand. With our hand we wash our cloth. So what happened if you wash our cloth with hand? So it's required human effort, it's required a time, also it's required a cost. If we are not washing by our hand, if we hire any maid, we need to pay for this, and each and every month we need to pay for this. But and also the accuracy, performance मीन समटाइम इफ अगर हम हमारे हाथ से क्लॉथ अगर धोते थे तो समटाइम ऐसा आता था कि वो फट जाता था, नॉर्मल थिंग, बिकॉज हम रफली क्लॉथ धोते हैं, तो समटाइम इट विल हैपन. बट इफ वी गो विथ द मशीन्स, some standards or performance is there. So like we are taking the example of washing machine. So when washing machine come into the picture, then human efforts is reduced. Then that is cost. So you need to pay for one time. Then after that you can reuse it again and again. Then size. Only a small size the washing machine is present. You can kept anywhere inside your home. Then the next is required time. So if you wash your cloth by our hand, it's take more time. But if you wash through the washing machine, it take near about 10 minutes, 15 minutes or 13 minutes, based on us what timer we set. So that's why these three things, whatever first I explain you in this definition, is covered. And next is performance. So as compared to the human, we know machines having a better performance in some case. Also the required time is less. Accuracy, if you set for the 10 minutes, it will accurately wash your cloth for 10 minutes. And reliability, durability, all these things are there. That's why we need the embedded system. If one example we say that is a washing machine. Also another example like car, AC, your home, your TVs, set-top box, everything we design this embedded system for our comfort. It will provide a comfort for human. That's why we need the embedded system. So now I think so you are more clear with our second point. So some of the example of embedded systems are present here, like camera, TV, laptop, mobile phone, car, and many functionality in between car are embedded system dependent. The next topic is how embedded system works. To understand the embedded system, we need to know first the generalized block diagram of embedded system. So the generalized block diagram of embedded system made up with the three parameters. The first parameter is processing unit. Like if you want to design any embedded system, we want a processing unit to process the data. The processing unit should be a microcontroller, ARM or etc. Then to process the data, we need a data. From where the data came? From input side. So we need one input. We provide an input to the processing unit. Then what processing unit do? The processing unit process the input data, and based on it, it generates the output. Then the output is your result. That is the output. So this is a generalized block diagram. If you can see, input processing by the processing unit and generate the output. To design any embedded system or to analyze any embedded system, you need these things. Because in embedded system comes this three parameter. If you want to generate your own embedded system, this 3-point must and should come under the picture. So now we map this diagram with our example, whatever we took, that is home temperature control system. So now that time we set the two limits. So that is limit is 30 degrees Celsius and 20 degrees Celsius. So what we do, what we write the logic, if the temperature in between 20 degrees Celsius and 30 degrees Celsius, then on the fan. If temperature above 30 degrees Celsius, then on the AC. If the temperature less than 20 degrees Celsius, then off both the equipment. So now, based on the logic, we need to perform this task. So for this, we need to analyze the temperature, we need an input. So where input comes? To input, we need to measure the temperature. That's why we need a temperature sensor. So at the input side, we connect one temperature sensor. So what temperature sensor do? Temperature sensor analyze the data and provide this data to the processor. For example, now the temperature sensor says that the outer side temperature is 20 degrees Celsius. It's take the data and provide to the processing unit. So now what processing unit do? Processing unit take the data, process it, check with our logic. So what logic we write? The data is between 20 degree and 30 degrees Celsius on the fan. So now data is what? 25 degrees Celsius. So what it will do? It will compare with this and take a action. That is our output. So now what is the output? Output is on the fan. So now what it will do, it will on the fan. So once your data is gone, processing is done, output is generated. Now if your data is changed, now your temperature, room temperature goes 35 degrees Celsius. So now it will analyze the temperature is 35 degrees Celsius. What processor to process the data? Now the data is more than 30 degrees Celsius. Then what the decision it took? It will on the AC because the temperature more than 30 degrees Celsius. Then next, if the temperature goes below the 20 degree of Celsius, then what it will do? It will off both the equipment. So based on this example, we understood that is how embedded system works. So what embedded system will do, whenever we design any embedded system, it accesses the input, process it and generate the output. So that is the generalized embedded system we took the example. Now we will see to design this system, this embedded system, home temperature control system, what do we need? To design this, we need a processing unit. That means we need a controller. Then to process the data, what is the data we need to process? We use for this the temperature sensor. So that is another is temperature sensor. Also for this, to convert the data for temperature sensor to the digital ADC is required, some more circuitry is required. So when we see the embedded system course in detail, that time we discuss these things. But now at this moment you just remember what we require to design any home temperature control system like embedded, that is controller and temperature sensor. Hardware we require to output side. To on AC or off AC, we required a relays. Okay, we required a relay. So these three are hardware. But to run these things, to analyze these things, we need one logic. We write the logic inside this processing unit memory. So this logic we called as a program. So to run these things, to work this embedded system, we want one program. So that is another part we require, that is a program, that is software. So that's why I called embedded system is a combination of hardware and software. So what we require? Hardware, software, both the things. Based on this, that's why I designed my course in 3 steps. Like first we will learn C language, then hardware and then embedded C. So now next question of in your mind, why we need to learn C? If we require to program or processor embedded C language we require, then why we are learning the C language? That is a major question it comes in your mind. But if you are seeing, if you there is the C language is a basic language. If you learn the C, then you can easily understand the embedded C, because embedded C only the extra is that extended data type is present in embedded C, and some is somewhat a modification. But if you understand the C language, then it is easier to understood the embedded C language. So to teach you the C language first, that is I have 2 points. The first point is C is a general purpose high level programming language developed by the Dennis Ritchie in 1972 for Unix operating system. Later it is used to develop another operating system and compiler also. The second point is the C language. If you learn the C language, then it is easier to understand another language like CPP, C#, Python, Java and embedded system. So that is our main focus. So because of these 2 points, if you learn the C language, it is not useful for this course. It is also useful to understand the other languages. So that's why I chosen this. The flow of teaching, like first we will go with the C language, then second we will go with the hardware, that is you need to understand the embedded system. So hardware like controller, different software, different sensor and so on. And in third part I will explain you the embedded C language. Once you understand the C language, then it is very easier to understand the embedded C language. So like this we will go. So thank you. इस वीडियो के लिए इतना ही. We will meet in the next video with some another point related to I will explain you the Linux environment, some of the Linux command. Also I will explain you the C program structure and compiler and stages of compiler and so on. So मिलते हैं next video में. We will meet in next video. तब तक के लिए have a good day. Keep enjoying, keep learning with eTechnoMantra. See you and bye.